should teams who win the Europa League qualify for the Champions League? Now, this is the debate that has been going around social media. A lot of people believe that, look, it's unfair to have a team win the Europa League and then get an automatic qualification to play in the Champions League. In fact, Arsenal's legendary manager, ex-manager, Arsene Wenger, has come out to say, look, this practice should stop. But I have a different opinion. Okay, now, I'm not saying what Wenger said isn't valid. Now, I'm not saying the opinion of people who think teams should not win the Europa League and go to the Champions League is not valid. But I see it from another perspective. I feel it's punishment for those teams. Yes, it's punishment for you to have to play in the league with the intention of, I want to finish top 4. And unfortunately for you, you don't make it to the top 4 spot and you finish 6th or whatever. And then they are now telling you again, for you to make the Champions League next season, you got to play in another competition where you have the group or the league phase, and then you play the knockout stages. And if you win it, then you can play the Champions League. If this is not punishment, I don't know what is. So it means that they still got to play the league with the top 4 spot in mind and at the same time try to win the Europa League. Do you know the amount of energy, the amount of work, the stress that goes into this? So if I were a football club, the management of a football team, I would rather not play in the Europa. I would do my best to see my team finish in the top 4. Playing those extra games is absolutely meaningless. Yes. So I feel it's punishment for those teams is not a benefit. But if you happen to win the competition, if your team happens to win it, then it looks like, oh, we got it easy. That is what other people think. I hate to burst your bubble. They did not get it easy. They worked really hard. For example, if Manchester United get to win the Europa League, would you say it's not deserved that they get an automatic qualification to the Champions League? You cannot say that. You've watched their games this season. You see how hard they had to fight to come to this stage. Yes. And they're still unbeaten. So if you say they shouldn't go to the Champions League, or you say Tottenham should not go to the Champions League if they beat Manchester United, that is when it becomes utterly and totally unfair to me. But it's my opinion. What do you think? Do you believe that teams who win the Europa League should qualify for the Champions League? Or do you think if they don't win it, they do not deserve to be there?